What if everything we thought we knew about the universe changed in a single moment? The discovery made by 3 Atlas has shattered all expectations. For weeks, astronomers watched as the mysterious interstellar visitor moved through our solar system, suspecting that something astonishing was about to happen. But no one was prepared for what came next. This is not just another cosmic ice ball passing silently through the night. This is an event so extraordinary, so scientifically disruptive, that it forced the world's top minds to reconsider our place in the cosmos. As the data poured in, scientists from across the globe convened in emergency sessions. Observatory feeds revealed strange, rhythmic pulses emanating from the heart of 3 Atlas, patterns and signals never before recorded by any instrument on Earth. The composition of the object itself appeared entirely alien, with an internal structure unlike any natural comet or asteroid. Some researchers whispered of artificial architecture, an ancient artifact, perhaps, or an interstellar probe designed with a purpose lost to the ages. Here's the part that shocked the world. As 3 Atlas approached perihelion, its velocity dropped, its path shifted, and its spectral fingerprint began to change as if under intelligent control. Observatories registered bursts of energy timed with mathematical precision. The signals seemed to respond to terrestrial broadcasts, pulsing with a logic that eerily echoed coded language. Suddenly, data from radio telescopes and particle detectors around the world synchronized. This phenomenon wasn't a random act of nature. A message was being transmitted. New Michio stands in front of a glowing board of encrypted data, guiding the audience through each revelation. For decades, we searched for proof that we weren't alone, he explains. Now, 3 Atlas is giving us more than proof. It's offering a puzzle that can only be solved by changing the way we think about life and intelligence itself. NASA and leading global agencies went silent, then issued unprecedented protocol updates. Emergency teams rushed to recalibrate telescopes, while intelligence networks worked overtime to decode and analyze the enigmatic transmissions. Satellite imagery of the comet's tail revealed swirling, unnatural bands, possibly artificial emissions. Suddenly, every leading theory of cometary behavior, solar radiation, and cosmic chemistry was under scrutiny. Behind the scenes, researchers debated in hushed voices. Was this the intentional signature of a civilization far older than our own? Was 3 Atlas a probe, a messenger, or a cosmic sentinel? Each new burst of data raised more questions. Governments with access to the raw signal archives increased cybersecurity, fearing outsiders might see secrets meant for humanity as a whole. Public fascination turned to obsession as fragments within the signal were mapped to mathematical constants, prime numbers, even Fibonacci spirals. Social media ignited with wild theories, but the scientific consensus grew. We're witnessing the most significant moment in the history of astronomy. New Michio continues. Never have astronomers seen a visitor alter its own course, adapt its emissions, and react to our attempts at contact. The implications are staggering. If 3 Atlas is truly artificial, it's proof that the laws of physics and chemistry can be harnessed in ways we have yet to imagine, a preview of technology from the edge of the universe. The story intensifies as the world watches in awe and fear. As governments scramble with contingency plans and philosophers ponder the meaning of first contact, one fact remains undeniable. From this day forward, the universe will never be the same. 3 Atlas has shocked astronomers, challenged the foundations of science, and ushered humanity into a new era of cosmic discovery. The experiment is no longer theoretical, it's happening in real time. The days following the initial shock are marked by a tidal wave of inquiry and tension. Across every major city, news networks break regular programming as strange atmospheric disturbances ripple across the planet. Auroras bloom in skies that have never seen them, while electromagnetic pulses disrupt power grids and communications. Scientists race to stay ahead of public anxiety, but nothing compares to what's unfolding behind closed doors. Inside NASA's command hub, the room is electric. Top researchers, cryptographers, and mathematicians work side by side, all chasing the same tantalizing possibilities. The numbers streaming in are unlike anything known, encoded bursts that match no natural phenomenon. Their pacing too regular, their harmonics layered with intent. Some believe it's a countdown. Others whisper about a cosmic handshake, an invitation to unlock forbidden knowledge. New Michio returns to the audience, his tone steely. For the first time in our species' history, our scientific models are not enough. 3 Atlas did not merely come and go, it interacted. It left a legacy in the data, a riddle meant for minds willing to look deeper and to question everything. In the coming weeks, telescopic evidence grows stronger. Fragments thought to be dust begin to realign, forming geometrically precise constellations far from the comet's original trail. Advanced AI, authorized under new international protocols, begins to decipher recurring elements, prime numbers nestled within the radio echoes, Goldbach partitions in the X ray pulses. The signal, it seems, morphs based on how it's observed, a deliberately adaptive message. The scientific world explodes into debate. Is this an intelligent script meant to teach, warn, or test us? Are we seeing the fingerprint of a civilization expert in mathematics, one for whom physics and code blur into art? Theories abound: a cosmic alarm bell, a seed left for emerging worlds, or the opening of a universal archive accessible only by those bold enough to ask the right questions. Emergency meetings convene. World governments, usually at odds, now cooperate with stunning transparency. The United Nations forms a planetary committee on cosmic communication, with New Michio as one of the chief interpreters. Public addresses emphasize calm, but the underlying message is clear. The world is a participant in a cosmic dialogue far beyond politics or borders. As the object moves further from Earth, the signals shift once more. They echo mysteries from our own history, the patterns of life, the mathematics of DNA, the cycles of weather and climate. Some researchers begin to speculate, is this probe not just communicating, but scanning for kinship, mapping our planet's intelligence and evolution as part of a grand census? New Michio's final words resonate across the broadcast. Everything has changed. We are no longer just observers, but the observed, swept into a cosmic experiment where discovery is the measure and curiosity is the answer. 3 Atlas has proved the universe is a place brimming with stories, and ours is only just beginning. Weeks become months, and the effects of 3 Atlas ripple through society. The world's news cycle rearranges itself around the mystery of the interstellar visitor. Classroom lessons, science conferences, and government briefings all begin with the same question: what does the signal mean? New research teams spring up everywhere, pooling resources from tech giants, military agencies, and academia. The hunt for deeper patterns intensifies as cryptographers and physicists use quantum computers to chase the signals across every spectrum. But 3 Atlas is not merely a puzzle for the mind. Its presence begins to affect the environment itself. Unusual weather phenomena grip the globe: unexpected magnetic storms, sudden cooling in equatorial zones, shifts in animal migration off season. Every anomaly is cross checked against the rising and falling echoes from the departing object. Late one night, a breakthrough. A team in Geneva runs the signal through a new algorithm and finds what they believe is the heart of the message. It is not a word or a picture, but a map, a weave of coordinates, as if inviting humanity to focus its efforts on a single point in the sky. As this finding goes public, telescopes worldwide adjust in unison to observe the region. And at that exact moment, a spike in cosmic rays floods the detectors, followed by 7 minutes of silence across all global sensors. When the world's eyes and ears come back online, something is different. Seismic activity has shifted. Magnetic lines of force bend in new ways. Theories abound that the experiment has moved from passive observation to active phase, a test or a calibration not just of our planet, but of our ability to unite and respond. New Michio broadcasts worldwide. We are witnessing the greatest cosmic alignment in history, a moment where the universe is no longer distant, but present, engaging with us directly. Philosophers coin the term, the observed era. No longer do humans just search for meaning in the cosmos. Now, the cosmos is searching back. In a groundbreaking coordinated experiment, research satellites transmit a focus signal using the prime number code seen in the original three Atlas bursts. Across the world, people hold their breath. An answer returns not a yes or no, but a new sequence, twice as complex, layered with harmonics and echoes. The realization is chilling. This dialogue could have been repeating silently with worlds for billions of years. Humanity is simply the latest to answer. Across borders and languages, the signal sparks hope, fear, and awe. Alliances strengthen. School children learn the story of the comet that spoke to Earth. There's talk of a new branch of science, cosmic linguistics, universal mathematics, the study of how the universe itself thinks and communicates. The script closes this chapter with new Michio's voiceover. We wanted evidence that we were not alone. 3 Atlas has given us far more, a future we can only imagine, in a universe more alive and watchful than we ever believed. The signal is clear. Discovery is only the beginning. The search, the decoding, and the wonder do not stop here. Stay tuned for more, for in every echo and every silence, the cosmos gives us one more chance to understand what it means to be truly awake. Months after 3 Atlas first began its cosmic dialogue, the cultural effects are everywhere. Music, art, and literature absorb the signal into a new era of science inspired creativity. Concerts sync with the comet's radio echoes. Viral animations color classrooms with swirling visualizations of the decoded bursts. Even global diplomacy evolves. Ancient rivalries soften in the face of a presence that dwarfs all human achievement. Scientists no longer ask, are we alone? Instead, the collective focus sharpens. What happens next? Panel discussions on global television outline new protocols for contact, planetary defense, and the ethics of translating what might be messages for minds not like our own. New Michio sits for an historic interview, the signal's mesmerizing patterns flickering across the studio backdrop. We began this journey searching for objects in the dark, he reflects. But what we found was a mirror. Something out there is asking if we're ready to take the next step as a civilization. Meanwhile, the world's telescopes keep scanning, now looking for the next anomaly, the next whisper from the galactic void. The term 3 Atlas moment enters language as a symbol, reminder of humility, awe, and wonder at how quickly the unimaginable can become reality. But the cosmos offers no easy answers. As the final transmission from the departing object fades, sensors in deep space pick up a new, fainter tone different, yet echoing the first. It comes not from the old path, but from a sector of sky hidden for eons by ignorance and distance. Some see this as a promise. Others see a warning. All agree on one thing. From atoms to galaxies, we are now woven into a living experiment at the edge of what knowledge allows. As the years pass, the impact of 3 Atlas continues to expand like a shockwave. University curricula evolve, adding entire fields dedicated to interstellar communication, cosmic semiotics, and post contact philosophy. International conferences are held not just to analyze new data, but to address redefining what it means to be part of a cosmos filled with watchers and messengers. The story of 3 Atlas becomes required reading, not as folklore, but as the starting line for a new era of planetary identity. Unexpected patterns begin to emerge in global technology. Engineers working on quantum communication networks find echoes of the Atlas signal appearing in their test runs, a subtle resonance woven into the code. Some claim it's a side effect of the comet's electromagnetic disturbances. Others whisper it might be a dormant key waiting for a critical threshold to unlock some new phase of the conversation. The very fabric of science and digital infrastructure is subtly changing in real time, integrating the lessons learned from an alien logic. New Michio interviews the next generation, young scientists and artists who grew up in the shadow of the event. The greatest lesson of 3 Atlas, one young physicist says, isn't just that we're not alone. It's that true progress requires us to cooperate, to share, to remain humble and vigilant in the face of the unknown. Cultural shifts accelerate. Religious leaders revisit ancient texts for hints that other voices once spoke to humanity. Science fiction merges with news as more nations invest in deep space probes, seeking other visitor signatures hiding in the crowded starfields. Museum halls everywhere display the original graphs and encrypted pulses picked up from Atlas, now iconic artifacts of the dawn of cosmic communication. Through it all, the sky remains restless. Instruments once aimed only at distant nebulae now spend nights tracing the faintest anomalies, the smallest deviations in cosmic background. Amateur astronomers form global networks, cross referencing each new flicker, each unexplained blip. Every data anomaly is now cause for global collaboration, not secrecy. New Michio faces the camera one last time in this arc, gaze intense, voice low. No scientist, no poet, no philosopher can predict exactly what three Atlas set in motion. But it is certain that the search will continue, not for answers alone, but for connection, for meaning, for a place in a universe that finally whispered back. The signal, the legacy remains open. The experiment has not ended. The journey of three Atlas is now our journey. Its code of song humanity will spend generations learning to sing. And somewhere, between the stars, perhaps another messenger is already on the way. Stay with Beyond Parallax. The next epic starts whenever we choose to listen. If you want the universe to keep expanding in your story, just ask for more.